Hi, I'm Dr. Incognito. In this video, we'll find the length of a curve. So our problem is find the length of the curve y equals x to the power 3/2 over the interval from 0 to 1. So the curve looks roughly like this. It goes from the origin and it goes through the point 1, 1. And we would like to find the length. The formula for finding the length is the integral from a to b of the square root of 1 plus f prime of x squared dx. So in our problem, f of x is x to the 3/2, and so f prime of x is 3/2 x to the 1/2. That's 3/2 times the square root of x. So our formula calls for f prime squared, so we need to square this. Squaring 3/2 gives 9 over 4, and squaring the square root of x gives x. So f prime squared is 9/4 x. So then the length will be the integral from a to b, which is 0 to 1, the square root of 1 plus f prime squared is 9/4 times x. So there's the integral that we have to compute to obtain the length of the curve. To compute this integral, I'm going to do a u substitution. Let u equal 1 plus 9/4 x, then du is equal to 9/4 dx. So I'm going to modify the integral slightly. I would like 9/4 times dx, so I'm going to put the constant 9/4 into the integrand, and I can do that if I put its reciprocal in front of the integral, because the 9/4 could come out, and 4/9 times 9/4 is 1. So now the integral becomes, using the substitution, 4/9 integral of the square root of u du. 1 plus 9/4 x is u, and 9/4 times dx is du. Notice I haven't written any numbers here. When we change the variable, it's a good idea to change the endpoints of integration as well. 0 and 1 are x values. The corresponding u values can be obtained by plugging the x values into this equation. So when x is equal to 0, u is equal to 1 plus 9/4 times 0, which is just 1. And when x is equal to 1, then u is equal to 1 plus 9/4. And that's 4/4 plus 9/4 is 13/4. So the integral we have to solve is the integral from 1 to 13/4 of the square root of u du. So let's do that. We have 4/9 integral from 1 to 13/4 of u to the 1/2 du. We will use the power rule, so we'll convert the square root of u into u to the 1/2. So this is 4/9 times u to the 3/2 divided by 3/2, but instead of dividing by 3/2, we can multiply by the reciprocal 2/3. Then we have to plug in the numbers. So we have a coefficient here of 8 over 27, and then plugging in 13/4 to the 3/2 minus 1 to the 3/2. (13/4 to the 3/2). 4 to the 3/2 we can do, because you can take the square root of 4 is 2, and then cube it is 8. So we have 13 to the 3/2, whatever that might be, divided by 8, and then minus 1.